The transatlantic slave trade, a horrific period in human history, involved the forced transportation of millions of Africans across the Atlantic Ocean to be enslaved in the Americas. This brutal system lasted for centuries, from the mid-16th century until the 1860s, and had a devastating impact on both Africa and the Americas. The journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage, was a terrifying and deadly experience for the enslaved Africans. Packed tightly into the holds of ships, they endured cramped and unsanitary conditions, often with little food or water. The stench of human waste, vomit, and disease filled the air, making the journey unbearable. The Middle Passage was the middle leg of a three-part voyage that began and ended in Europe. European traders would first sail to Africa, where they would exchange goods for enslaved Africans. Once the ship was loaded with its human cargo, it would set sail for the Americas, where the slaves would be sold to plantation owners. The final leg of the voyage would bring the ship back to Europe. The journey across the Atlantic was fraught with danger. Disease, starvation, and violence were common, and many Africans died during the Middle Passage. Estimates suggest that as many as 2 million Africans died during this horrific journey, representing 10 to 15% of the total number of Africans enslaved. Olaudah Equiano, an African who was captured as a boy and later wrote an autobiography, provides a vivid account of the Middle Passage. He describes the horrors of the journey, including the stench, the cramped conditions, and the fear of being beaten. Equiano's account highlights the dehumanizing nature of the slave trade. Africans were treated as mere cargo, their lives and well-being disregarded. The Middle Passage was a journey of unimaginable suffering, a testament to the cruelty and barbarity of the slave trade. The Middle Passage was not only a physical journey, but also a psychological one. Africans were forcibly separated from their families, their cultures, and their homelands. They were stripped of their identities and forced to adapt to a new and unfamiliar world. The trauma of the Middle Passage had a lasting impact on generations of African Americans.